I'm Daniel Welch. I just got here to Cuenca a few days ago. I purchased the guide several months before coming down. I had done a lot of research, looked at a lot of blogs, a lot of videos, pulled information from everywhere I could. Also got the guide, and the guide really answered a lot of questions that weren't answered anywhere else out there. It helped me to know what should I bring, what do I not need to bring. One of the things that I've noticed right from the very beginning is that the landing guide has been an absolutely essential tool to have each and every day. From the moment I walked out of the airport, I had the information that I needed to get a taxi, go to the hostel where I knew where the hostels were. That was very helpful to know, to be able to tell the cab driver where to go. I was able to kind of know what prices there should be for the cab and the hostel, and then just where are the grocery stores so I could get food, where are the restaurants so I can eat. As I was going to the grocery store, that I would not have had any clue about is that they don't want you to have your backpack on, and there's no indication of that whatsoever. But the guide had that, and so I was able to not look like a fool. You're going to stand out a little bit, but it helps you from being this beacon of I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, how do you carry that guide? As you say, it was essential for you. Did you print it out, or did you just take notes, or do you have it on a portable?
I did a couple of things. I printed out the pages on getting a cab and finding the hostel, so I would have those no matter what in my hand. And then I keep it on a PDF on my smartphone, and then I also have another copy on my laptop.
Great.
So I always have it available as a reference.
Well, you sound like you're prepared and a good thinker.
Yeah. There's only so much research you can do online. There's only so much information you can get. Some of it you're just going to have to get firsthand. But the guide gives you a condensed, a little bit more firsthand without, being my firsthand. It's different than the blogs and the other information that's out there on the forums and whatnot, because it's a guide. It's got the information that you need to come down here and to be here. One thing I would recommend is have some degree of fluency in Spanish, or at least be comfortable with your lack of Spanish and communicating with people who don't speak English. People here seem to all speak at least a tiny bit of English, but if you're not comfortable trying to communicate what it is you need in that situation, you're going to have some problems. So I would say, get comfortable with that if you don't know a lot of Spanish. Of course, best to learn a lot of Spanish, but if time doesn't permit or a situation doesn't permit. If you're someone like me who doesn't have a tremendously outgoing personality, then you want to be prepared for the shock that you're going to be in when you first get here. You've got all sorts of things coming at you from the moment you get here. You've got the altitude, the people, the language, the culture. It all hits you all at once, and it's just overwhelming. If you've got that super outgoing personality, you can overcome that pretty quickly. But if you don't, I'd think twice about coming down here alone. If you can, even if you can convince someone to take a vacation to come down here for a couple of weeks to spend some time with you, hey, that would be fantastic.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you very much, Daniel.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks, Daniel.
Uh-huh.
Have a wonderful day in Cuenca.
Thanks.